Hello, if you're looking for a very high quality film-based camera, you want something to stick in a pocket or something to stick in the car, this is what you should be considering. The Contax T, absolutely brilliant camera. So, Contax T. This was introduced in 1983, 1984 and was the first of the Contax T range. This was subsequently replaced by the T2 and the T3 cameras. They all had the fixed 35mm lens. The later models were just a little bit more advanced. This was the most basic camera by a long way. Contax also produced the TVS, TVS2 and TVS3 cameras. They're a little bit bulkier and also but had in place the 35mm lens, a short zoom lens. Some people prefer the zoom. Personally, I love the simplicity of the fixed 35mm. Okay, so just look at the Contax T. You can see that the lens folds away. Just push it closed down. How about that? I mean, absolutely fantastic if you want a foldable camera. To open the front, you just push the little button there and then fold down the flap. Main exposure control is through the aperture. It's effectively an aperture priority, so you can set the aperture. Camera sets the shutter speed. Focusing is on the front there. If you look, you can see that the f8 is in green, and on the focusing ring rather, you have a green band. If you set it to f8, everything within that green band zone will be in focus. So when using f8, anything from infinity down to about 2 meters will be in focus. So effectively you can use it as a snapshot camera. If you do want to focus it yourself, there's a rangefinder in the viewfinder. So all you need to do is just line up the images and the image will be in focus. The rangefinder base isn't particularly wide on this camera, so it isn't massively accurate, but you are using it with a 35mm lens, and the 35mm lens has a lot of depth of field, so it does the job very, very well. Looking at the top of the camera, you have the exposure counter, shutter button obviously. Here you can, there's exposure compensation, which allows you to now allow an extra stop and a half of light onto the film. You can also set the ASA dial by pushing that button there and then turning the film rewind knob, and you change the ASA. That can also be used to change the exposure if you need to. Also on the top there is just a self timer. There's the little viewfinder, winds on crank on the back just there. Just looking on the base, you have the battery compartment, film rewind button, so obviously push that and rewind on the top. To get into the camera to load the film, you unlock there, and then the whole back plate comes off. Film set slots into there. Pull the film around, feed it into the take-up spool, and just slide the back on, and away you go. So that's pretty much it. As the little cameras go, it's as basic as they come. As I said, it's got a fixed 35mm lens. I can't emphasize enough how good this little lens is. It's a very, very basic optical design. It's got the legendary Zeiss T-star coating. Optically, this lens is pretty much as good as you can get. So if you're looking for a high quality compact, this model is definitely worth considering, along with the T2 and T3 models. The one thing I possibly would caution is that, this is 40 odd years old now. So if you are getting one, do make sure you check it very thoroughly, and just be aware that should it be a fault, the spares are no longer available. So while they are very reliable, they're very well made, nothing is perfect. And there is always a chance that if it does develop an electronic fault, you might just have to write off the camera, which would be a tragic shame, but that unfortunately is just a fact of life with equipment of this sort of age. I hope you find that useful. If you have any comments, please stick them in the box below. Otherwise, please subscribe and like, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.